So apparently President Miller is ramping up the quota for ICE agents so much that a lot of them are regretting their jobs and feeling very depressed. A lot of them have to do 4 a.m. raids on non-violent, just straight up U.S. citizens, you know? I mean, they've been living here for however long. They have no criminal history. They have jobs. They have kids. They have families. They live in a neighborhood. They have a whole life here. And ICE is just having to go in and kidnap these people. I guess the ICE agents some of them have souls and are feeling bad about it, which, I mean, it seems like, how could you not feel bad about it? But whatever. If you guys feel so bad about it, then quit. Don't take this money. There's plenty of other shit you can do in this world. Stop being fascist helpers, okay? The whole we were just following orders thing is not going to save you when this all goes to trial in a few years. Just like the Nuremberg trials. That's going to happen here.
Hello, my beautiful people. I hope you're doing fantastic, and it's always a pleasure to have you here in my channel. So, something unexpected is happening in the United States. ICE agents are now quitting their jobs because they cannot stomach the way they are being forced to treat their neighbors. And as communities resist and the youths fight back, many are now asking, is America heading towards a revolution? Let's get to see Americans' reaction. Then we come back with a deep analysis about this topic, all right? And if you're new here, kindly consider subscribing so you never miss any update from my videos. Let's dive into it.
So you've heard the news, ICE agents are quitting in droves. This is a real thing, Homeland Security can't even hide it, and some ICE agents are only still working there until they get their student loans forgiven. On top of that, when you Google ICE facility attack Texas, you'll see there was an ambush made on ICE agents because people are not only at a threshold, they are past it. But back to Adam Boyd, citing ICE is only chasing deportation quotas. When did that become apparent to you, Adam? Was it when Kristi Noem set the quota at 3,000 deportations a day? Was it when ICE began pulling up to people while getting surgery to deport them? Was it when ICE began deporting people with no criminal record? Or was it when ICE began arresting people at their check-in for their green card? Officers and agents have spent much of the past 5 months clocking weekends and waking up at 4 a.m. for pre-dawn raids. Their top leaders have been ousted or demoted, and their supervisors themselves under threat of being fired or pressuring them to make more and more arrests to meet quotas set by Trump and advisor Stephen Miller. Sad day. But we may be entirely missing the point that their ICE agents' conditions were perceivably comfortable up until now, but once the public began calling them out as cowards with masks for fear they'd be doxxed and experience the modicum of the treatment they doled out, now they're uncomfortable. Now they're uncomfortable. They were comfortable treating people like this. They were comfortable breaking up families. They were comfortable doing all the horrible things that they were doing up until now when they were pointed out for doing it. Now we're finding out who is behind the masks of the ICE agents are just a bunch of county correctional officers who have been deputized. And apparently, according to Adam Boyd, people who want loan forgiveness. Think about that. Would you be willing to break up families, do all these horrible things so your student loans could be forgiven?
Look at God. In the last days, the Bible says that your enemies will become your footstool. Psalms 91 tells us, 1,000 may fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand, but it would not come near you. And look at what's happening now. ICE agents are quitting. Despite the government passing the so-called One Big Beautiful Bill, a policy that empowered ICE and merged their operation with law enforcement, many ICE agents are backing out. Why? Because for the first time, they are afraid. Drones are following them. They are being doxxed. They are being exposed. And most recently, some were attacked in a building. People were arrested for trying to retaliate. Now, I'm not here to glorify violence, but I am here to say that when you build your career on breaking up families, deporting people in the middle of the night, and tearing children from their parents, don't be surprised when the people push back. You can't play Nazi and then act surprised when the people you are harming decide to resist. Law enforcement already has one of the highest suicide rates of any profession. And now ICE agents are starting to feel that same weight. Fear, isolation, and the guilt of carrying out a mission rooted in hatred and cruelty. That's the price of trying to enforce unjust laws and a just world. Psalms 110 verse 1 says, "The Lord says to my Lord, sit at my right hand until I make your enemies a footstool for your feet." And baby, that footstool is being assembled in real time. ICE thought they were untouchable, but the people have organized, exposed, and resisted. Drones in the air, documents on the web, and a whole lot of divine justice raining down from the sky. Because when the government builds walls, God sends floods. This isn't just a trend, it's a shift. When oppressors start fearing the very people they oppress, we are witnessing the unraveling of their power. And that, my friends, is what divine reversal looks like.
Trump got people in ICE quitting their jobs because they said the mission and the value of what ICE supposed to stand for, that's going out the window. They said it was supposed to be protecting Americans and like from terrorists and stuff. They said, oh, no. That ain't what it's about no more. It's about, let's see how many people we can get deported. It's about numbers now, right? So the dude, like, I don't want to work here no more because I ain't with this. I wonder how many other people are going to follow him, because I had a friend who worked federally in a federal department. And he was telling me how some of his colleagues got pulled from the department that they're in to ICE. So they're pulling people from other departments against their will to go to ICE. And because, as you know, ICE is the biggest, but that's crazy. People quitting their job because they don't like that shit. That's how when you know. That's how when you know it's some more shit going on the back end that they ain't with.
So apparently ICE agents have been like quitting in droves because they're afraid of getting doxxed and like followed home from work and attacked on the job, whatever. I'm just like, what do you mean you're a Nazi and a little bitch? If you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough, or whatever the fuck they say. I don't know if this is real, but like one of the articles I was reading about this had this quote from this ICE agent, and he was like, "The protesters are showing up at my house. They know where my wife works." How about the wife that y'all just tore out of her job and sent to a prison camp in Louisiana? What about that wife? What about the homes that y'all are like barging into without warrants and tearing families apart in? I don't give a fuck about your house or your fucking wife's job. On top of all of this, I guess they're also compiling a list of citizens that have been critical of ICE. Hello. I think you're all cunt. You can fill in the blank on what word I just said. Yeah, apparently it's hard to keep morale high amongst the troops, if you will, when you're tearing parents out of the arms of their children. Yeah. Shocker.
Hey guys, listen, have you been hearing reports of how a lot of the ICE agents are quitting? They're quitting in droves. There's been some reporting on it, but it's just stating that they're quitting in droves. It's not telling you why. That part of the story is not getting a lot of coverage. Yeah, it seems that there was this detention center in Alvarado, Texas, that 11 individuals dressed in black military gear, they created a distraction to get some of the ICE agents out of the building by popping a lot of firecrackers out front. So when they came out, they assaulted them. Well, they shot at them, or they attacked them, put them that way. They were shooting at them. And the police arrived, and one of the police officers got shot in the neck in the line of duty. But they also they was unloading several rounds on the agents that did come outside. They were caught. They were all arrested. 10 are charged with attempted murder. But see, now you understand why they're quitting. See, it was all fun. And they hearts were, they had that blood pumping and that adrenaline pumping when people were laying down, bowing down, not, being submissive when no one was fighting back. It was giving them every feeling and thrill they needed. It was that fake bravery. But the moment the resistance started popping out, like when they went to Little Hades, yeah, like out in California. See, when you start bucking back the smallest amount of buck, that cow would pop out. They heart jump up in their throat. And see, that's not part of what they envisioned. See, it's easy to be brave when someone is cowering down, when someone is not resisting. But when someone is fighting for their life, and you see that, then that coward in you, the coward in you is going to pop out. You were selling wolf tickets. So now there have been some reports of some of the ICE agents, saying, oh, we're being doxxed. The protesters are coming to our homes. They're going to our wives' jobs. Well, y'all were going to somebody's wife's jobs too and snatching them out. Y'all was going to somebody's husband's job and dragging them out. Y'all was snatching children out of people's arms. Y'all were even twist tying kids. But now you got a problem because somebody showed up at your house? The same thing you've been doing? The cow popped out your.
Hey, it's Joe from Georgia. Well, there's some job openings if you want to apply for it. Now, these jobs involve probably working any hours of the day or night. You're going to have to get armored up every day for it. And you're going to be either breaking into someone's houses or snatching people off the street for the job. Now, I hear it pays very well. Oh, and you've got to wear a mask over your face so people can't identify you. Well, that's what's going on with ICE. They've got a ton of job openings. And the biggest reason is why comes out of the White House, of course, because Stephen Miller's making their job almost impossible to do. And these people are finally figuring out maybe this isn't good for my future to be snatching up people off the streets and sending them to detention camps. It might sound like the brown shirt people over in the 1930s in Germany. So there are openings if you want to be an ICE agent and you're the person who wants to make sure that you throw every person that you can out of the country, whether they're good or bad. It might be the job for you. So, because the other ICE agents who are doing the job are leaving at record paces. They're figuring it out that maybe this isn't a great legacy for them. So if you're looking for a job, I hear that the Department of Homeland Security and ICE, they're hiring.
Migration and Custom Enforcement, better known as ICE, has always operated in the shadows. But recently, the stories are changing. More and more agents are quietly resigning or requesting transfers, not because of pay or politics, but because of conscience. These officers live in the same neighborhood as the people they are detaining. Some attend the same churches. Their kids go to the same schools. And now many of them are saying, enough is enough. Sources from inside ICE have revealed that depression, PSTD, and moral burnout are skyrocketing within the agency. One anonymous former agent said, I arrested someone last week who grew up with my brother. That broke me.
I got it all. I got you.
Others speak of crying after raids, of children screaming as their parents are taken. One whistleblower confessed, I joined to serve my country, not to destroy families. The psychological pressure is becoming unbearable. Agents fear backlash from their own communities. Some are now targets of anger, not from criminals, but from neighbors and activists who used to respect them. As ICE agents leave communities, are rising from New York to Los Angeles and even small towns. Americans, especially young people, are organizing like never before. Social media is exploding with viral videos exposing ICE raids. TikTokers and YouTubers are filming encounters and calling out injustices. Activists are warning neighbors when agents are nearby. The resistance is fierce and growing. Many are saying this is about humanity. America is going through a moral crisis. On one hand, it claims to be the land of the free. On the other hand, it cages children, separates families, and treats desperate people like criminals. Many Americans, black, Latino, white immigrants, are waking up to a bitter truth. The system wasn't built to protect all of us. Now, people are asking, who's really illegal? The immigrant trying to feed their family, or the billionaires profiting from private detention centers? It's no longer just a few activists making noise. High schoolers, college students, and young workers are organizing in record numbers. They are refusing to stay silent. In the streets and online, they are demanding justice, equality, and real change. They are not afraid to say it loud anymore. If ICE continues its raid, if more families are ripped apart, if peaceful protests are silenced by force, America could face a boiling point. Civil unrest is no longer a theory, it's a possibility, and those in power are so scared. The fact that even ICE agents are walking away tells us one thing: something is deeply broken, but maybe this is a new beginning of something new. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's video. If you found value in what you shared, kindly consider subscribing and turn on notifications so you never miss any update from my videos. Your support really means a lot and it helps us keep bringing you more insightful content. Thanks again and see you in the next one.